Welcome to our new YouTube channel.
We're the Island Gyals. I'm Justine.
And I'm Thalia.
And the Island Gyals is a community for empowering and inspiring Caribbean women of the diaspora. Yes.
So here we're going to talk about everyday things from pop culture to just what's going on in our lives. We hope that this is a community where you're open and you can respond and just feel comfortable with what's going on in your life. We'd love to hear back from you guys.
So a little rundown about the both of us. I'm Justine, and I'm born and bred from Kingston, Jamaica.
And I am not. I am from the United States, but also from Jamaica. So I have a little bit of both worlds.
The flavor, yes. All right.
Yes, the flavor.
Okay, so today we're talking about friendships. The importance of friendships.
I think it's very important to talk about this topic because a lot of us are struggling with keeping our friends, even before the coronavirus. It's just a different day and age where it's really hard to make friends when you're a certain age, over like the age of 15 or like a teenager when you're a young adult. So I think it's very important to talk about this.
Yes, and especially with social media, we think we're connected, but we're not. Sometimes we feel disconnected. Sometimes we're wondering, should we text, should we message, should we FaceTime, should we video call? And there's so many different options that we're like, what do we do?
Yeah, but at the same time, like a lot of people don't want to put in the effort. Like they want the friendship, but they don't want to put in the effort for what it takes to be a friend. You know?
So we're going to get into all of that. So the first thing is maintaining friendships. So Thalia, how is it like maintaining friendships for you? I know that we have had our ups and our downs and communication. Yeah.
I think for me, like I have this issue as a friend where I kind of have high expectations because I want the best for my friends. And so I know personally that I don't want too many friends because it's just maintaining these friendships are very hard because it's a relationship. So you have to put work in your relationship. And I want the best friendship or relationship, that I have with my friends. So therefore you have to really take the time to listen. Because you're gonna have problems. Like me and Justine, we've had issues where we've hashed it out. We're not on the same page at all. Like not at all.
Because you're like, girl,
Exactly. But telling your friend that and helping them understand without like degrading them or making them feel bad. Because a lot of people tend to do that. So that's how I would maintain it. Just an understanding.
Yeah, and maintaining friends is hard too because it's two different people and nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes. So you may offend somebody and not even know it. Your communication might be different, your dynamic might be different than somebody else. So you really have to understand that person and set boundaries and just make it a loving space and something that's open that you can share and be yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, and that leads to keeping friends. So, friendships come and go. You go on your journey with your friend. You go what you needed to go on with that person at that time. They were perfect, companion for you. But sometimes you just grow apart. Sometimes your interests just pull you in different directions. Doesn't mean you don't still care about that person. It just means that you don't have the time to put the effort in maintaining that relationship.
Yeah, keeping friends is really, I used to think I was a pro at keeping friends. I'm like, yes, everybody's my friend. Yes, I'm that hype girl. But I realize I'm like, not really. I'm like, I'll text or I'll call and I'm like, maybe sometimes I do admit sometimes I'm a bit of a flaker. I can flake sometimes.
Oh my God, that is one of my pet peeves. As a Virgo, I am so I'm not really a type A person, but when it comes to making plans, oh my gosh.
You have to stick to it and you have to be strict. And I'm like, but then there's this that you could do, and maybe I'd be like that, and I'd be hungry at 5. And I'm like, yeah. So you really have to know your different personality types and your tastes and stuff. Yeah.
I just think like if you like, maybe this is just me because I don't understand what it's like to be a flaker. So
okay.
If you make plans with someone, you should definitely follow
in the calendar. The rain may fall and I don't know what happened. The weather is not my
Listen, nothing is wrong with canceling. Nothing is wrong with canceling. It's just when people cancel last minute, like I put my whole face on, clothes on.
Mm-hmm. Just even before this video, she was like upset at me because I was like 10 minutes late. I'm sorry. I was eating again.
Yeah, I was like, okay, girl, come on, be better with your time because this is not.
Yeah, we can't. But so keeping friends is really challenging. Like I remember I used to have like these best friends in high school, and I don't know, like looking back on it, so you're just like, you know where you messed up. And I feel sometimes you have to write it down so you don't make those mistakes again, because you may learn, but then at the same time, it might not stick with you, you know? So I still, to this day, my biggest regret, I think, in life would be not being, the best, or not being better at maintaining or keeping those friendships, because I feel like those friendships are so important, you know? Like
definitely, I definitely agree. I mean, I like, you grow up with your, like I said before, you grow up with your like childhood best friend, and you kind of grow apart. So there's really nothing to fix there. But when it comes to like other friendships, when I think back at it, it's not that I don't think I put too much pressure on the friendship. I just need you have a friend for everything, or like either that, or some people are your friends that you can be there for when you need it, and just some people are just like people you hang out with, and you shouldn't expect much from them.
Right. That's a good point. Like, how do you define a friend for you? I feel like everybody's definition is different, and we're so quick to like use that word nowadays. We're like, oh, yes, like this is my friend, or have you seen my friend? Let me send you my friend's number, and you're like, friend, you girl, you tight that way? You go like you guys that close, you know?
Listen, I remember I think my sophomore year in college, I went abroad, and I said to somebody, like one of the kids that were abroad with me, like one of the students, I was like, he asked me if we're friends, and I'm like, well, no, because I don't know you. We just met like 2 days ago. And he's like, well, that's mean. I'm like, no, I just don't like putting that using that term lightly, because I've had experience where you shouldn't use that term lightly, because in actual fact, those people are not your friends. They're just your like really good acquaintance, or there needs to be like a term that's like in between acquaintance and friend. Like
yes, that's true. There should be a term. Like how you have entanglements now. You have relationships, situationships, entanglements. I'm
that's a different conversation.
So now for friendships, you need like you have your friend, you have your acquaintance, your person, your party buddy, or whatever it is, No,
not entanglements. No, that's different.
But like,
okay, the hardest thing, no, it's not hard. I feel like it's equal. Making friends at 20 years old. Like if you don't have those relationships from like
already,
those movie type friendships that you see, and then like they're doing like they're meeting when they have their kids, like reunions, going on girls trips, stuff like that.
Like your Sex and the City friends. That
stuff makes you like so nostalgic for like a friendship, and it's very impactful. Like whether it's negative or positive, like that stuff is it's kind of like, okay, if you're not that type of person that has those long lasting friendships from when you were younger or whatever, it's just like. So how do I make friends? Like, how do you make friends?
Like for me, making friends, I don't know, that's kind of like, say hi. I just kind of like talk to them, or I don't know. It's like that's a really good question. That's hard because then again with the point about calling somebody a friend, because making friendships it has to build up. You know, like after just like one or two people we're talking to, we have to still kind of like click and get to know each other more before we can like become friends. You know, like
Yeah.
chill with you. You meet my dad. It's kind of like a relationship. Like you know me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But I think it takes time. I think the pivotal moment when I know that I've made friends with somebody is if I can just like strip down and just tell them all my baggage. Just be like, this is my baggage. Here it is. Can you lift?
Listen,
It's heavy.
this just reminds me of like when we met. Okay, funny story. It was not that
Yes.
funny.
When
But
we
I
met.
actually introduced myself to her because I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about this girl. I want to be friends with her.
I
So
loved it. I was like, oh my gosh.
so I mean, I introduced myself, so I
Yeah.
definitely understand that. But some people, I don't know. It's very hard, especially it seems like people are very standoffish these days, especially
Yeah.
girls. So I mean, have you ever been on? They have this app called Bumble, and
No, I
it's
haven't.
like,
I keep hearing
yeah,
about
they
it.
have
Like,
this.
I'll try it maybe.
Yes, I mean it's not okay. Listen, it's originally a dating app, but they have like a section for BFF. So
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah. So you know how it's hard to make like girlfriends or
Yeah.
whatever, because you can't really do that on dating apps. So so this is like a friendship section of like the dating app.
Uh-huh.
And I've been on there and I've tried to like, I just wanted to navigate it, see what it's like and stuff like that, because I'm curious.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I've met on there, I do not talk to anymore. Like,
What?
it's crazy. Like,
Uh-huh.
why are you on something if you really don't want to make like the effort for a friendship? I don't understand. People want to make friends, but they don't want to put in the effort. Even me
Yes.
sometimes. I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's a
The
lot.
effort. Right. Yeah. It
Yeah.
does. It does become a lot. And like that's the thing, right? Making friends is one thing, but then like keeping them and maintaining the relationship, even if, especially if it's a long term, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it does take a lot out of you. It's worth it, but it takes a lot. That's why you have to know who is really there for you and what's worth maintaining. What about rekindling friendships? Like I just wanted to touch on that because for me, like, and I hope somebody watches this and they're like, yes, I'm telling you. I'm like,
Maybe they'll rekindle your friendship.
yes, I actually need to rekindle my friendship because I'm thinking, who's gonna be my bridesmaids in the future? Like, damn. And like,
Oh my
when
God.
I'm doing all these things that I actually want to have the Sex in the City friendship girl. I think everybody kind of like strives for that. That's the goal for all of us girls. We want our own
Yeah.
girl group. We want
That's
all of
because these movies. That's why.
yes. But like when you really messed up, because like I feel like it depends, who you are, and like everybody makes mistakes in friendships, but you can really mess up just like in a relationship. But then when's the moment that you like say, okay, I need to rekindle this friendship, and how do you go about doing that? Because I fail. I'm a failure.
I mean, there's not much you can do. Like, just I guess clear your conscience and know that like you've tried on your end. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. I
Yeah.
would just like apologize if I was in the wrong. If I was in the wrong,
Yeah.
I would apologize and be like, I was not in the right headspace. I really care about our friendship and da 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 da. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you.
Like ending a friendship feels like a breakup, and it's tough.
It really does.
Tough breakup. It's harder than like a guy, to be honest. If you think about
Like,
it, because you're like, that's your girl. Like if the guy dumps you or you move on with the guy, you still need to have your girl. To talk about
you
that guy.
still need your girl, especially those true friendships. Like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
okay, that brings me to another thing. Like, have you ever had an experience where you and a friend like have